Thank you so much. Well, I'll be brief, but of course, after thanking and acknowledging the honorable ministers for being with us here, of course, Her Excellency Dr. Hala Saeed, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, and His Excellency General Hisham Amna, the Minister for Local Development. I'd like to congratulate them as well for their leadership, along with other ministers under the leadership of the Prime Minister Madbouli and under the auspices of His Excellency the President of the Republic, the Arab Republic of Egypt, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, for the success of the launching of the Green Smart projects, which is complementary really to this great work on decent life. And I'm happy that this work with Africa is going to operationalize what we have been standing for conceptually. This COP is about holistic approach. It's about implementation. It's about the regional implementation and partnership. And indeed, it's about localization of efforts. I think we have grown up beyond the issues related to the tensions, unnecessary tensions between centralization and decentralization. Now it's better to call it localization, because there is a comparative advantage of the center and there is a comparative advantage of the peripheries in the villages, in the towns, and in the sub-regions at large. Decent life, or the translation of Haya Karima, could be always translated as dignified life as well. And in the literature of the economist, the Nobel Prize laureate, Jean Tirole, said, everything has a value, has a price. With one exception, human being, they have a value, but the value is translated into dignity. So this smart economist translated practically the recommendation from the holy books, including, of course, the Quran, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have dignified the children of Adam. How can we reach this? It's basically about what we are doing here. In that holistic approach, getting matters of support, investment in localized fashion through Haya Karima and translating it beyond the boundaries of Egypt through excellent cooperation with the UN system, with the business sector and think tanks, and indeed the CSOs and their work. So again, when we are doing that, it's not just about climate action, although that our summit here, with great partnership between the presidency of the COP, Minister Sameh Shukri, and the partners in our work as champions for this work, we produced a good report, and that had been supported and taken a step further by the presidency of the COP, Sharm el-Sheikh Adaptation Agenda, the global transformation towards adaptive and resilient adaptation, which covers almost all of what you said today. I was around through this young colleague of mine who was not a spy, who was just a good participant here. I asked her to summarize the keywords and main issues. So be careful. If I'm not in the room, I'm there through my good colleagues as well. Food security and agricultural systems, water and nature systems, human settlement systems, ocean coastal systems, infrastructure, cross-cutting planning, and cross-cutting finance. So all of that are basically the elements of the Sharm el-Sheikh agenda. In the chat with Minister Shukri, he said, well, hours after this COP, you need to tell me through the partners how are you going to be providing the support for implementation globally and regionally. I don't have better partners than those who are in the room already, including my good sister Elena through the UN system, and of course the very able colleagues by Mr. Jean-Pierre Mbassi, because when we met for the first time, briefly in Dubai, and then a few weeks after in Kusumu, one idea came out from the discussion. Nobody knows this, but the idea of having this localized work on the green smart cities came out through discussions that we had including with with one minister and two governors. The governor of Qalyubiya and governor of Damietta were with us, and then I translated the whole thing to the process that His Excellency Minister Hisham and Minister Hala know very well about. So we'll be coming back to you, gave us some inspiration. You didn't recommend it, but you gave us an idea that we need to engage at the local level. We're coming back to you strong through Decent Life program and through investments through the Green Smart projects. And we have the good cover here through the adaptation agenda, which is aiming for great work for Africa. We're happy as well that yesterday, two countries, the US and Germany, plus many participants, are supporting a center for adaptation in Egypt. This is focusing and giving priority fully to Africa and the African cities included in that. So you have more support. You need to be happier. You are normally happy. You're going to be even happier with this new work. Having said that, very grateful to your work, to your engagement, your partnership. I'm not thanking really you for out of kindness of what you did, but what we are expecting from you in advance. So this is like arbun, or an advance payment of what you are going to be paying hard for the good of the people and the humanity to live in dignity and to maintain decent life. Thank you so much.